that sort of brings me to the point of turning workshops into paid opportunities. So I've only semi-recently started doing this, but I've seen it done a lot very effectively. And some of my mentors do this to hundreds of people in a room at the one time. So effectively it's transitioning from, and for you guys, it's probably a step process. It's not necessarily you're selling immediately to a big group of people. You're probably creating that next step where you're creating them a reason to take action at the workshop that pushes them further towards the client sign up stage. So what I have done in the past and find works really well is when they are at the workshop, you obviously have to have all their phone, email, name, whatnot. Make sure that that's a condition of entry. So let's say someone brings a friend for free, their friend didn't sign up. I would always have either a waiver form or a sign-in form or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but some way to get all their contact details. And so that way everyone just chucks their details there, and I tell them that they're going to be receiving like an email with some goodies or a bonus or whatever. So we need those details. So you're adding value with that as well. Then what I have done in the past, couple of different things. On the call when I'm doing a webinar or during the workshop, if it's in person, I get them to click a link or go to a website or scan a QR code, whatever the thing is, to take them directly to a little form that's like a feedback form. So I tell them they only get the bonuses after they fill the feedback form out. And the feedback form might be 5 questions or something, but they fill it out during the group activity. And at the end, the last question is, would you be interested in working with me doing X? Yes, no, maybe. If it says no, so this is a form, I use Jot form. I'll flick you guys the link for that as well. But basically the thing that I find that's helpful is a form that has what we call conditional formatting. So if they choose no, you don't want to send them to book a call with you because they just told you that they're not interested, and you don't want to sell to people who don't want to be sold to. That's the link if you want to have a look at what Jot form is. That's what we use. So ideally you have a form, very simple. What's their name, email, phone number, maybe that's where you get it if you don't want to do it at the start, but I'd probably recommend at the start. But maybe it's just their name, and then 3 questions. What do we do well? What can we do better? Any other feedback? Final question is, or maybe where'd you hear about us or whatever? And then would you be interested in, learning more about working with me one-on-one, or maybe coming to another workshop, whatever your thing is. If they say no, then it's like, thanks so much for filling out the form, and it just sends them a thank you page. If they say maybe or yes, it immediately redirects them to book a deep dive with you. And so that way you walk out of that workshop with 5 deep dives booked in, as opposed to doing what, Sam, you're having to do now, which is call and follow up, which is so much harder. Even if they're interested, then it's like, oh, I've got to find time and call back, text, like it just becomes harder when you have them there, get their attention while they've got it, because they might be interested, but they're like, fuck, I got 17 things on, I didn't, whatever. So that's something I've found really helpful. There's like, I don't know would you guys be interested in hearing the next step in terms of like selling to groups, or I just don't want to overwhelm you and or give you strategies that may not be something that you're ready to implement because it's a lot harder and you're gonna have to like do a whole lot more shit. Who wants to hear it? Yeah? Okay, cool. So I might just fucking bring it up. That would make so much, make it so much easier. Okay. So where do we go? Okay. If I go share screen. I'm going to be doing this tomorrow night on the HIIT Masterclass webinar, 6 p.m. Brisbane time. If you did want to come along, watch it and or learn about it, then you can. There's also a fuck ton of actual educational value in it. But this is the back end of it where I'm effectively getting people to want to purchase our 8-week accelerator, which Jeremy, you're obviously doing already, for our anatomy mastery course. So we've just talked all about anatomy and I've just given them a ton of info. And then I asked them, what actions are you going to take away to today to continue learning? Which sparks interest in their mind. Action. I have to do something. So I'm about to ask them to take action and join the course. And continued learning, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm like, if you don't have anything, do this. I then talk, I'm just going to be brief with this because there's a fair bit to it, but I talk about what you don't need to do and what you do need to do to excel, the types of people I don't want, the types of people I do want. Because, you know, saying, hey, this isn't for everyone. So this might not be for you, but for the couple of you who it is applicable to, I'd love to talk about it. Talk about our success stories, what other results from other people have been. And then this is what is called the door in the face method, where you say, actually can't take you on right now because I actually don't have spots for my 6 month and it's actually over $6,000 to invest. And so people are like, whoa, it's a lot of money or it's a lot of time or whatever the fuck they say. And so then I go, but I realized that I want to access more people and I want to help more people. So we actually created an incredible course for you guys. Please scan here before I tell them whatever the fuck it is. So everyone gets their phone out because they're like, oh, what is it? It's not like if you're interested in, so everyone has that link up on their phone. And I just wait. I'm like, okay, just wait. I'm just going to wait until you guys are done. Just make sure everyone's up there. Can everyone just type in done or just raise your hand once you've got that so I know that we're ready to move on. And I wait until everyone has done that. Then I talk about that masterclasses are a great start or workshops are a great start. But if you really want to get better strength, better injury resilience, whatever, then you're in the right place. And these are the incredible things we have. I talk about the inclusions. I talk about the value. So I'm going to scroll past this because it's about 10 slides. So this is what it looks like. So I just keep stacking the value and showing how much all of it is worth. And then I say the value of this is $7,500. Then we add the tactics of scarcity and urgency. So scarcity is we only have X number of spots available. Urgency is do it today or this week or whatever it is. So if you sign up today, you get it for a quarter of this price and you only get lifetime access if you join today as well. Are we following so far? Cool. Then I remind them that if they want to continue to stay stuck, they should probably not get support and not have a strategy or a plan and just wing it. And then I talk about delaying action is the biggest risk someone can take. So I'm helping to build the, foster the belief that action is what they need to do. And I'm very clear of this doesn't have to be with me. But not taking action and not working on your own education is a huge risk. And you'll waste time, effort, and money if you don't take action. Then I talk about the value, what the normal price is, how much it is if you purchase it today. And then obviously talking about the cost of them being in the same spot. So what's the cost of not moving forward? We have testimonials, then we have a guarantee. So guarantees work really fucking well, and I think they're almost essential if you're going to be selling to groups. Selling one-to-one, you can probably get away with not using them, but I think you need a guarantee if you're selling to groups. The guarantee that I've used is a satisfaction guarantee, and it's conditional. So if I break that down, satisfaction meaning if you feel like it wasn't great, which is a great type of guarantee because that's subjective, and you can just decide that it wasn't great for you. So it's in your head, you're like, well, this is an easy out if I decide that I don't actually like it, because I don't have to prove why I didn't like it or anything like that. It's just if you show, and then the conditional part of this is if you show up, put in the work, and then you don't feel you got your money's worth at the end of the course. So what they have to do is attend all of the tutorials. I have to see that they've completed the course fully. And then if they're like, wasn't for me, then I'll reimburse. Which means that if someone's willing to actually like do it, but they're nervous because maybe they got shitty results before or someone didn't deliver on their promise, that's the kind of person I'm attracting. I'm not attracting someone who decides that the week after they pay for it that they just don't want to do it anymore, because the condition is you have to complete the course. Does that make sense? You can do this with your personal training as well. If you don't increase your strength by 20% in the first block of training, but you come to all your sessions and complete all your additional homework, then I'll give you your money back, or I'll let you walk away, or we'll rip up your contract, or whatever you want to do. Because there'll be people who are nervous, not because of, they want what you have, but they're not sure that you can get them the outcome. And so if you know that they'll get the outcome if they just put in the work and they rock up, then you should be confident to be able to add a guarantee as well. And if you can't, then we need to look at your services and be like, well, fuck, maybe I need to change my offering so that I can actually confidently say these things. Does that make sense? Cool. So I think this is one of the most important parts of it, adding a guarantee. You can just do this when you're talking one-on-one to people as well. I literally did it yesterday. There was a chick who was nervous. She's like, oh, I just need to think about it. And I was like, okay, what do you need to think about? She's like, oh, just, accountability, and it's a lot of money. And sometimes I've done a course before and it just, it wasn't what I'd hoped for and whatnot. I was like, okay, well, how long I said to her, the thing is, you're never not going to know if this is the right course for you unless you do it. Correct? She was like, yeah. I was like, so how long do you reckon it would take you to figure out if this was right for you or not? And she was like, oh, I'd probably figure it out pretty quickly. And so I was like, why don't I give you 30 days? Pay for month 1 now. We'll sign the contract. I'll make sure that there's an email specifically written to you that says, if in the first 30 days, for any reason whatsoever, you decide this is not for you, you don't feel like you're getting the results and you don't want to be a part of it, you can walk away and I'll give you all your money back. That's a pretty powerful thing to say to someone if they're hesitant, to say, I will literally put my money on the table, or my money where my mouth is, and I will have worked with you for free for 30 days and give you all of that money back if it doesn't work for you. And she was like, okay. And I was like, is there anything else you need to be confident to join today? And she was like, no. I was like, all right, cool, let's go. But had I not said that, she would have gone, oh, let me think about it, and gone away, and her fucking brother's uncle's cat would have told her it's a bad idea. Right? So what I'm getting at with this is let's, if you're confident that you're getting great results with people, then there should be no reason why you don't add a guarantee. Because this is really powerful for people who are nervous about whether or not you can actually do what you said you're going to do. And then you just have to back yourself. And it also puts your skin in the game, which I really quite like, because if I do a shit job, she's going to cancel. I'm going to have to give her money back. And I've wasted my time on that. learnt some hard lessons in the process. But I'm confident that I can get her that result. And so I'm willing to risk what she's paid me. And if she doesn't say anything, then we go on and she's with us for the year. But that way you'll get so many more people who go from a maybe or an I'll think about it to a, okay, let's do it. Because they don't feel like they have any more risk. You've taken the risk away. That's a big reason why people say no. Is that helpful? Cool. A couple of things that we also did. For those of you who take action right now, aka before the end of this call, before the end of the workshop, before you walk out of here today, not only do you save up to $600, I need to change this, but you get 6-month access. So this should actually say 6 month, not lifetime, because we gave lifetime access to the previous cohort. So I didn't want to say that they were the only ones who'd got it. So they get 6 months, they don't get lifetime. So that's the difference. And then these are just the T's and C's in terms of what happens. The promo expires in 24 hours, but they can only get 6 months of access if they do it right here, right now, sitting on the webinar. So I want people to not go and ask their brother's uncle's cat. I want them to go and make an executive decision in that moment. They can choose not to, but they won't get the 6-month access. So that's how and then we just talk about it. And I tell them it's an exclusive deal for this. That's how I sell to groups. What was the most impactful part of what I just taught you that you might want to start to implement in your own business? Sam?
The getting them to do something in the workshop, like scan a QR code, have a look at this, that type of thing.
Cool. Awesome. Jeremy?
The guarantee, I'm kind of already doing that, but how you said it there was like different ways to do it. Like as an example, that 20% of strength. Yeah.
I was looking at your website before. You have like the sticker that says satisfaction guarantee, but it's very unclear as to what that means or how I would execute on that. And so it doesn't feel like it would stick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I can change that. And I've even got like a poster at the gym saying like satisfaction guarantee if you don't find value in it. But still, it's not very clear.
Yeah,
like,
I would maybe change it to, instead of if you don't find value in it, I would say if you wouldn't, like, make it really clear, and it can be like silly. It's like if you wouldn't have paid double what the session what the investment was, then I'll give you your money back. Something that's crystal clear. Or like if, I walked into a massage parlor the other day, it said, if in the first 10 minutes of your massage, it's not what you expect, you talk to your masseuse and we can't rectify the issue, you get your money back and you get to walk out of here. So that's very clear. I know exactly what the rules of the game are. Right now, I don't know the rules of the game with your satisfaction guarantee, because could I say 3 months later that I didn't like it and get it back? I don't know. So maybe it's before the end of the session, just tell me that it sucks and give me some honest feedback and I'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
Or I've heard other things that says, if you wouldn't jump into shark infested waters to be able to have this service, then I'll give you your money back. Like something silly and funny, but like you'll remember it and you're like, you really want to make sure that that's fucking valuable. So it doesn't have to be realistic, but it does have to be clear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Zane, what did you learn?
I'm going to do a satisfaction guarantee for the workshop.
Beautiful.
I'm going to do one of those. If you don't walk away from this workshop without learning something that will generally improve your training, reduce your pain in the gym, or a deeper understanding of functional movement, I will refund your ticket cost personally. Perfect. You know what I would even do? I will refund your ticket, because I don't think anyone's going to fucking walk out of that being like, I learned nothing. I would say I will refund your ticket back and pay you double, or refund your ticket back twice. So you actually get paid to be there.
if you wanted to. You don't have to. You can just do the refund. But I like that, and you'll get paid, because that's what's going to happen then is you'll actually potentially get PTs who are like, I know more than him, but I'm going to fucking sit here and see. And
Yeah.
then you get people with higher authority coming and sitting in potentially. It's just like you can get creative.
I would say I'll refund your ticket back twice.
Yeah.
That's what I just changed it to.
Maybe like I will refund your ticket and give you an extra $50. Something, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that's cool. Awesome.